Alrighty then, greetings and salutations, fellow humanoids. Good morning, and welcome back to another Kingdom Come Deliverance stream, part 16 of our Good Guy Henry run. Yeah, we're in it for the long haul with Good Guy Henry, and today we will be focusing yet again on the main storyline. Now, I'm quite excited for today because we will be infiltrating the monastery in Sasau, and we will finally be able to see the inside of the place. Now, the devs, as far as I know, put a lot of work into reconstructing the monastery in Kingdom Come Deliverance, and they did quite a lot of research. Hey, Mumrick, thank you for the 1 bit. Appreciate it. Good morning. Or evening, depending on which side of the globe you are on. Let's get right back on into it. We are still in Ratai, it looks like. Yes. And we will be heading straight to Sasau, where we will be grinding some of the main quest. I'll try not to get too sidetracked today, but no promises, ever. So yeah, fastest way to... Let's see, okay. Chat, let's see if I can make it all the way to Sasau without too much use of the map, okay? We just loaded in, I didn't touch the map. Let's see if I could get all the way to Sasau without touching the map, okay? Hey, salutations. Salutations. Now, I just said I wouldn't get sidetracked, but there's two people talking in a weird place here.
I'm in the same boat. I've got goods ordered too.
Do you know what happened?
I'm not sure. Everyone has a different story.
God's blessings. Good luck, then.
Doesn't seem to have anything to say. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Yeah.
Okay, like I said, we'll try and get all the way to Sasau without touching the map. So I remember we have to cross the river, go across the plains, and we have to go through 2 mills to then make it all the way to Sasau. Yeah. Hope you're all having a great day. And if not, then maybe the stream can help. Just a little bit. It's another magical day in the Kingdom of Bohemia. Praise the sun. What time is it? Oh, it's getting late in the day, actually. It's not early. It's fine. Alright, there's Mehoyed. How's our nourishment looking? We are nice and full. Oh yeah, we stopped at the, of course, we stopped at the bathhouse, so we were fed there. Right, so I remember, take a left at the grocer here. Whoop, shit. We hit the sign. Wow, I can't believe that's a thing. Chat, you can hit the sign. Ouch.
Yeah.
Good thing we were wearing all that armor, huh? Ow. Nice attention to detail, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, go up the zigzag.
Yeah.
Around here. I think we're on the right route. I don't want to look at my map. I don't want to cheat. And then we're gonna go down the zigzag. There's gonna be a mill at the base here. Cross the river. Okay, now here's the tricky part. Which way to the next mill? I think it's this way. There's Sasau. Now, if we take this road, I think it's going to bring us straight into the town. Yep, we made it. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Two hours later. All right. So, yeah, we made it to Sasau in record time. Let's see here. Talk to the young man who's supposed to enter the monastery. That would be a pretty good one. Oop, is he on the map, though? Okay, he's going to be at... okay, he's going to be at the lodgings. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Be over here.
Yeah.
So there should be a monk around here. At least a man who will become a monk. Let's see if there's anybody addressed as such. Let's go inside.
The first person to get in my way is going to get his head smashed in.
Nice.
I'd like something to eat.
Carl, Guardian Manfred, Fresco Master. Who are you two guys?
God grant you health. How may I help you?
Pour me one.
Are you Carl by any chance?
I am. Why do you ask?
I've heard that you're bound for the monastery.
Oh, first guy I talked to.
Yes, it's true. But I've convinced my faithful guardian, Manfred, to give me a few more days of freedom. Mind you, he won't let me visit the brothel. So instead, I'm devoting those days to the demon drink. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
My name is Henry.
Pleased to meet you, Henry.
Could we speak in private? I have some issues with the monastery.
Really? Well, I'd love to talk about it, but we won't have privacy as long as Manfred here has his head permanently stuck up my arse. Get rid of him for me, please. Take care.
Guardian Manfred, huh?
Please.
God save you, good night. What can I do for you?
You're Manfred, the young lord's guardian?
Indeed I am. Why?
Have a message from the Lord's Father. Care for a drink.
You must have a mighty thirst. Waiting here with him for days, just watching him get drunk, and not having a sip yourself.
There's no doubt I'd enjoy a drink. Heaven knows I deserve it. But if I dull my senses in the slightest, that rogue will surely get up to mischief.
So let's drink together.
A tankard here.
And if you start to feel unwell, I'll keep an eye on him. Like you said, you deserve some fun.
I can see you're a reliable lad. So what shall we have to drink? And while we're at it, why not have a little game? God be with you.
Oh, sure. Oh. Get Rex.
Curses! Why did I even start this game?
I don't know. Weak throws. What's it gonna be, old man?
That's it.
Looks like you got something good there.
No luck tonight.
Oh, bust. How much is this worth? 400. 500.
I'd like a beer.
Let's not push our luck here.
I'll have a beer.
This'll be the one.
Are you kidding me? Oh, you got a 5. Wow. Lucky bastard.
We'll see.
Almost had a straight. Pushing it? Really pushing it, dude. He's gonna cash in there.
That's all.
Yep. Alright, alright. Oh. And I win.
Kurva. Why the hell did I even start?
One ale, please.
You said you wouldn't drink today.
Silence! I'm going to sleep. Here's a few coins. Have fun. Tomorrow, we're going to the monastery.
Yeah, I annihilated this guy.
Couldn't you give me more? This isn't even enough for a toothless whore.
It's enough for beer. Good start.
Yikes.
Ale as usual.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, Gion-san, we have a perk, an agility perk called Perfect Throw, which improves the RNG when throwing dice. Nonsense stats, agility. Yeah, Perfect Throw right here, which gives us better dice while rolling. So yeah, the RNG when it comes to dice is a bit borked in the game. Alright, dude.
Manfred's taken care of, just as you wanted.
Thank God. He won't let me out of his sight for a second, and he's itching to get me in the monastery so he can head back home.
Why are you being sent to the monastery?
Like every lusty young lad, I'm fond of fair maidens, but I got too fond of one, and let's just say she was, indisposed for 9 months.
Oops.
But they don't send you to the monastery for that.
They do, when it's the daughter of the Lord of your feet.
Shit.
Whoops.
Shit is putting it mildly. The Lord of Bookerva was less than pleased. He knows he'll never marry off his daughter now, so he gave father a choice. Either pay him 1,000 groschen in compensation, along with my balls on a silver platter, or pay 1,000 groschen and put me away somewhere no one will ever see me again.
I'll there. Satisfied?
Why does your guardian never leave your side?
So I don't run away. Of course, I'm
As you
free to
wish.
walk around, but he watches
best of
every
health.
step I take and won't stop until I'm behind the monastery walls.
Well, he's not watching you now.
What good is that to me when he has all the money, and even my saddle and riding cloak under lock and key?
Why don't you just run away?
Bare arsed. What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work, I have no money, and that old bastard's even taken my cloak. He has me in the palm of his hand.
But there are poor people everywhere and they get by somehow.
If I have to
Can't even
choose
equip
between
cloaks in the game.
hunger and poverty on one hand and the monastic life on the other, I'm afraid the monastery wins. If I could only steal that old man's pouch, I'd be gone faster than lightning and no one would ever see me again.
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
What? Voluntarily? You don't look like someone who'd want to spend the rest of his days on his knees praying. Well, that's your problem. You can only enter the monastery if you know how to read and write, and if you have a special writ from the abbot. That's a letter confirming they know who you are and that they've accepted you.
Yeah.
So you give me your writ. I'll just tell them I'm you.
Manfred has the writ. You'd have to take it from him, but he only puts it down when he sleeps.
So I'll steal it and then you can disappear.
One
Disappear?
beer for me.
Bare arsed. What the hell would I do? I don't know how.
But there are poor people everywhere and they get by somehow.
If I have to choose between
That's all then.
take care.
What if I give him a bunch of money?
There.
Ale as usual.
Satisfied?
Okay, now I have to find this Manfred character. He went to bed somewhere. So he's either in the lodgings upstairs or he's somewhere around here in the flop house area. Let's check all these rooms real quick. Must get cold here in winter. Oof. How cold does it get in Bohemia? I wonder. Seems quite warm, the weather. I'm guessing that there are limits. Sleeping in the open air is a good way to catch your death, they say. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. New game? No, 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 no. Alright, one thing we'll do is to remove all this extra armor. No, keep the necklace. Oops.
Just as you ordered.
I think that's him.
Here.
Ah, shit. I think he's getting up. Yep. Oh, it's not even there.
What the? He's stealing! Watch out! A
Was it-
thief!
Wasn't me. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. You're hallucinating. You have to lie down, sir. I swear, stealth in this game, man. But at what cost? Hey, please don't shoot. Welcome back. Oh. Did I save before taking off my armor? Oh, yeah. Noise from this. What the hell? Why is a Gambison so freaking noisy? Leap. He's fine. He's just sleeping. You know, this doesn't feel very good guy, but man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Quilted brown jacket, fancy shirt. You know what? I could use a fancy shirt or two. Especially if we're gonna do a lot of stealth, man. I'm gonna be dressed as such. Yeah, that's the dude. That's the dude that's chaperoning the lord that has to go into the monastery, and he has like all the documents and whatnot. All right. That has a noise of 7, and this one has a noise of 14. Okay, quilted brown jacket, I guess. Noise of 36? What's going on? Anyway. There we go. Gonna be our sneaky uniform for now.
How much longer must I wait? God's blessings.
I've got what you need.
My pleasure.
Excellent. Give me the purse. You can do as you like with the ring.
I'm
Here
hungry.
you are.
I'd like a bite to eat.
Just as you
Good
ordered.
luck, no matter what you plan on doing with those monks. Best be on your way now before Manfred finds out that he's been robbed.
And what are you going to do?
He's gonna be knocked out for a little bit.
Get my things together and disappear. I want to be as far away as possible before that old man even knows I'm gone.
See you later.
Nailed it. So, how does... Ah, yes, that's a nice shirt. There you go. Fancy Henry of Scallots. Now, I don't know if this is important or anything, but let's make sure to dress for the occasion. There we go. Fancy.
Yeah.
Nobody will recognize me because, oops, I always wear a helmet usually. The monastery's that way. Sure. So yeah, we're gonna be infiltrating the cathedral, monastery. Sorry, it's a monastery, not a cathedral, apparently. And yeah, should be cool. Now, where do I go exactly? Go with the writ to the monastery porter. Ah, yes. Of course. It's not this guy, it's a monk, I think, the porter. Be in here. Get up. Wait.
Someone there?
Actually, fuck it, go for it. Okay. What's going on here?
Hey, you! What are you doing? Fuck
I
off!
need,
before
I need to
lose my
talk to this guy.
temper.
Okay.
What are you doing here?
Well, you know what? It's gonna be, gonna have to wait until morning. Okay, let's, grab a bed for the night and come back. Forgot it was late in the day. If you got something to say before I go in, please don't shoot, say it, or else it'll be too late. Where is the innkeep? I always have trouble finding the innkeep here. Too much backseating? Gotcha. Fresco master, innkeeper. Man, this innkeeper pisses me off sometimes.
Here.
Okay. Let's get a little bit of... Do you have any dried meat? I am going into a monastery. Let's buy the fine wine. A little bit of food there.
I suppose I... For how long? No. You'll... Good luck then.
97.
Crush someone.
Nope, didn't do it right. Get up. Noise 43. 19 on the warhorse shoes. And whatever. Perfect. Rest for like 11 hours. as we wait for the planet to wake up. I'm really looking forward to seeing the inside of the place. Buenos Nacho. Hey, Fudge Dice Roll! Buddy, how you doing? I'm just about to infiltrate the monastery of Sasau, so excite. Thank you. It's a Silent Hill level of foggy here today. Just the other day, there was the weather kind of looked like that here too, and I had the same thought of like, whoa, Silent Hill, you know? When I was looking outside. Either that, or you just expect a Viking longship to just like coast into your driveway, like. You've been obsessing over Mothership all weekend long? Well, that's a good sign. It's good to be passionate about things. There I go again. That is, wow, not where the monastery is. Didn't see anything, chat. Okay, my horse is stuck. There you go. Use AAA to get him out of there. I wonder if they'll like remove all of my equipment when I go in. Yeah, chat, when I go into the monastery, will all of my gear be taken away from me? Because if so, I want to store it away. That's the backscene part. That's not backscene, that's just good advice. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, that is good. There's a subtle arc between the two. Arrow. Okay, I'm gonna go store all my shit for safekeeping. I'm probably just gonna keep like one weapon and what I'm wearing. Ah, shit. Really? You know what? I could just reload. Maybe I should keep that dagger on me. Okay, dagger. They're gonna wipe all your inventory? What do you mean by wipe? A handful of groschen too? Like they're just gonna take everything? Or is it like, will I lose everything that was in my inventory? That's another thing. Like gone? So Roll20 has a mothership support built in. I have 2 Orange not campaign. There, and all the character sheet building and rolling are built in. You literally just click on the sheet and make the rolls. Yep, that's nice when it's built in. Two-hour one-shot. Yeah, gotcha. No, let's switch pants here, actually. Pick it all and lock it up in a chest in the monastery. Okay, so anything I pick up in the monastery, I should put away in a chest because when I leave, it's gonna get wiped out. Is that what you mean? The robber baron's sword on us. I think that's good enough. Is it? Wow. Did I just take something I shouldn't? What did I drink? Fuck. I took something I wasn't supposed to, was I? What did I take? Okay, when you head into the monastery, they lock up anything you bring in. Anything you pick up there, you can freely leave with. Okay, so there's no point in bringing, like, there's no point in bringing anything for support, like, any of these. Oh, I drank the fine wine. That's what I did. Shit. Okay, they could keep the bread. And then that. So everything I could live without comes to it. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Good day, Blackneck. How you doing?
Yeah.
Somehow I did not spoil my diet. Oh. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, actually. I just hope that I don't bungle it up. And there I go again. I keep doing that every time. It's because I'm always, like, reading chat and distracted when I leave. I always take the wrong way out to go to the monastery. Every time. Every time.
Yeah.
What was the quest with the cascade failure quest? Yeah, I hope I don't have anything timed going on right now. I don't think I do. Alright, is the porter in here? No, he's up and about somewhere. See, the map might show me where he is. So he's somewhere around there. I think I see him standing right there. God be with you, sir. I'm the novice Carl. I'm expected.
I'm Carl. I'm supposed to enter as a novice.
Carl.
We expected you sooner. Weren't you supposed to come here with your guardian? It's been so hectic lately, people will keep turning up out of the blue.
He gave me the papers and left me at the gate. You must be used to that, though. I'm not the first novice here, am I?
But that wasn't very considerate of him, was it? It's been so hectic here lately, novices arriving one after the other. The last one didn't even have a letter, and you'd think his backside was on fire, the way he kept looking over his shoulder.
You took him without the letter? You didn't find that suspicious?
My guess is he wanted to hide from someone. But he's a priest and knows how things work in the monastery. So there was nothing to prevent him from being accepted, at least temporarily. You're a different case, though. Are you able to read?
Naturally. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
So then, are you ready to enter the Order of Saint Benedict and renounce forever the temptations of this world?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I am.
Then you must rid yourself of all your worldly possessions. Sell them or give them to the poor and needy or donate them to the monastery. You may not enter this place burdened by worldly goods. Inside the gatehouse is a trunk in which you will find monk's robes. Put away all your possessions and dress yourself in the habit. Then you may rest a while I go and see the prior to arrange matters for your acceptance. God be with you.
Cool. Where did he say that was? Optional, put away all your worldly goods and chattels. Put on the monk's habit. So it's going to be somewhere over there. Is it here?
Strange feeling being without all of that. I didn't realise how much I'd grown used to it.
Everything's prepared. It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
Brothers in Christ, we have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict. Opus Dei, obedientia, obprobria, the service of God.
It was at this moment that he knew.
And
He fucked
endurance
up.
of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum, et vivam. Et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum in loquium tuum vivam et non confundas me ab expectatione me
Accept your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with honor. Welcome, brother.
Yo, Brother Gregor. Cool name, though. But the meh at the end was just
welcome, brother.
Beautiful
I am
dialogue.
Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties.
This must be pious. All right. Thank you. Who was it? Gion-san for the 100 bits. And good to see you, Yannick. Time for some Gregorian chanting. Yeah. Yeah, good to see you, Yannick. Dicks! Oh. Hype train is close, apparently, just from using that. I hope you're enjoying your time with New World, Yannick. I saw you playing that a little bit. Thanks for prompting me during the rite. Yeah, that was nice of him.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
Everyday labors. I wanted to become a monk. The monastery is the easiest path to...
I'm being punished. If it were up to me, I'd still be spending my days in taverns and my nights with whores.
I don't envy you. Unfortunately, you're here for the rest of your life.
I am enjoying New World. Good.
Would you tell me something about
They
yourself?
fixed the issue with the long waiting
I'm a novice
queues?
and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
Let's go then.
I want the tour.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening, so you know how things work. Right, we can go now.
Yes, sir.
Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go. Remember one word: discipline. It's your job to work and pray. You serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs.
Oh god, the frames just drop like crazy here. Come on, game. Catch up.
Peace be with you, brother.
Oh boy. I love cloisters though. I think they're really neat.
Come now, I don't want to still be showing you around at midnight. This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free bed there, which is now yours. Do you know the first thing the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to. This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius. His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware. Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work. As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren. And above us monks are the prior and the secators, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry. Do what they say. This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the Rule of Saint Benedict.
The rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself.
if you break any of its precepts.
Yep, he just interrupted his own dialogue or something. Man, look at this work, man.
The pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You, too, will learn how. And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like the others. If you need anything, ask any of the brothers. We will be glad to help you. And I recommend you get to know the other novices. You already know me. Then there is Siskin, Yodok, and Lucas.
Thanks for showing me around. There's a lot to learn here. Will you tell me something about yourself?
Maybe he's just going to repeat himself
There's
here?
not much to tell. I lived in Vlashim, and after my father died, I found out I wasn't much of a merchant. So I left the shop to my brother and decided to become a monk. It's peaceful here. There's food and lots of time to read.
So you chose to come here?
It may seem strange, but I'm one of the few novices that did. I might be the only one. The truth is, the idea of spending my life in a monastery was more appealing than being cooped up in a greasy old shop.
I don't know. Now, this guy,
I'd like to ask
unless he's a very good liar, I don't expect him to be pious.
Who's in charge of things around here?
Truthfully, everyone except us.
Yep.
But officially, Abbot Peter. And soon enough, someone else. As if it mattered. Our life will still be work and prayer.
I see. Are there any rifts between the brothers?
Yes. From the moment talk began about electing a new abbot, it's been like a hornet's nest here. Strange you haven't noticed.
Just got here.
Tell me something about electing the abbot.
Abbot Peter is old. When he dies, they'll have to select a new abbot from amongst the brethren. The candidates are John and Nevlas. And if you ask me for my opinion, Nevlas is definitely the right man. Unfortunately, no one cares about my opinion because novices get no say.
Tell me something about life here.
Work, prayer, as if you didn't know. We serve God, and that's the central truth of our lives.
What are the roles of the various monks here?
Someone takes care of the library, someone else the garden. The abbot supervises everyone, and in his absence, the prior. But it's the circators you should worry about. They're the brothers who'll make sure we observe the rules.
Circators.
They can be quite strict, so if you want to avoid getting punished, always act righteously and do your duties honestly.
Right.
Who would you choose as the new abbot if you could?
Why should I even think about that when I don't have the right to vote? Gregor, don't go poking your nose in.
Alright, so I'm not going to ask him about lockpicks. Don't think that'll end well. But it said we're free to do what we want for the day. Oh shit, it's already late. Damn it. So let's see if we can find anything interesting around here. You know, wait, is this robbing? Yeah, it's stealing. Damn it. Okay, I would have taken all the books. Monk.
The forbidden books must be in that cabinet.
Forbidden books.
What would I want to do with the forbidden books? Except for, like, just pure curiosity, you know? Want to see if there's anything out of the ordinary in these shelves?
Don't even look at that cabinet. It contains forbidden books.
What is it, brother?
I'm Gregor, a novice.
I know. But I've no time for idle chat. I transcribe books from dawn till dusk. I've been doing it for years, and I'll be doing it till the day I die.
Fun.
What, you do nothing else?
It is my penance and my blessing. And now, brother, if you don't mind, I'd like to get...
What about the other thing?
Talk to me, brother.
I'd like to ask...
Can't you see I'm working?
Okay. Hard and very hard. Yikes. Oh, without a key. Good luck. I could lockpick the hard lock, but not the very hard one, I think. I'm not specialized in lockpicking, but I could pull off hard. With one lockpick, it'd be pretty difficult, though. That wine? I hope that's wine. Now at the top here. So the bed, no, the beds aren't here, are they? No. Okay, let's see what our inventory looks like. Everyday labors. That's it. Okay. Have you read the devlog? The one about the one for Stone Shard? Yes, I read it. It's quite good. It's a bit dark. I would like to get a torch going. Can I step into here? Yeah, I'm trespassing. Yeah, the freaking beast. I was looking at all the new creatures and I was thinking, like, why would I not play a pyromancer? Just kill everything with fire. Just set it on fire. Bugs, set it on fire. You know, heartbeats, set it on fire. Every time, you know, it's like, why would I play anything other than a pyromancer? But then again, pyromancer is kind of like easy mode in the game, some would say. Oof, the frame rate is going to be quite rough, it seems, in the monastery chat. Wonder if I shouldn't reduce my graphics or something. Going down to medium, though, might be a little bit crusty. Because I'm on mostly high on everything. Let's see, if I just put this down. That's barely helping. Yeah, I think there might be an optimization issue around here. I really want to just take a nice gander at the monastery. Quite nice, quite nice. What? Sure. That's a rock. I thought it was somebody's foot. Yeah, if I get out of this area, it gets a little bit better. There's something about the Great Hall. Whatever it's called. Monk. Hello, generic monk one.
Ah, Gregor.
I'd like to ask you... Can you tell me something about the rule of St. Benedict?
7 centuries ago, St. Benedict of Nursia wrote a collection of monastic rules which we still follow today. They're read at every meal. The fundamental precepts are obedience, work, and prayer. We're fully devoted to serving God. The outside world beyond the monastery walls is foreign to us.
Do you never want to know what's going on out there?
And what should be going on? The sky is just as blue and the grass is just as green. Perhaps the rulers change, but the greatest ruler of them all will remain unchanged through the ages.
What can you tell me about the novices here?
What can I say? You're here to demonstrate your devotion to God and to live a monastic life. After a year, you can make your vows and become a fully fledged brother.
I meant something specific about the brothers that are here.
But you know them yourself. Yodok is an odd one, but he's diligent and eager, perhaps too eager. Siskin is good company, but a bit too worldly for a monk. Antonius is hard-working and will help with anything, but prays less than he ought. Lucas is as quiet as a mouse, and no one knows much about him. And then we have you.
Your chat is
about who
broken?
I know nothing.
Getting some internet issues there, Mumrick? Can you leave the monastery? Yeah, let's try and not be suspicious. Like, don't ask where I could get lockpicks on day one. That's back into there. Oh.
Doesn't check everyone's breath in the morning. Then he'd soon get his man.
God be with you.
Yeah, let's put the graphics back up because that won't be helping anyway. So yeah, sorry for the choppiness in some areas, but it seems to be an optimization issue.
Are you here of your own free will, or is this a punishment? Although it's not important. Welcome to purgatory.
Did you say purgatory?
You'll see soon enough. Soon enough.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
Look, nothing against you, but I prefer not to talk about my past.
Are you hiding something? Why are you so reluctant to tell me anything about yourself?
I'm hiding a lousy past that I'd rather forget. I hate to think of all I lost when they stuck me in here. And also because I really hate the question, aren't you the son of the famed Sir Smil?
Okay, so it's not Siskin.
Pardubits? I was rich and I had everything. But then my father began to feel his time approaching, so he decided to send a son to the monastery. And, being the youngest, the lot fell on me. I've no head for managing the estate, and they said I'd squander it. Can you imagine? Me, in a monastery. So I took what coin I could from home with me, so I didn't lose out completely.
But you didn't have to come here if you didn't want to.
No, not if I didn't mind being left to beg alms by the city gate. I had one choice, the monastery or nothing. If it had come to that after my father's death, so be it. But to get rid of me while he's still alive...
What's your plan with this treasure?
To get out of here as soon as I can. I'll wait another year or two until my hot-headed brothers cool off a bit, and then I'll take the silver and run off somewhere, far, far away from here.
They must have realized you robbed them.
I donated some of the silver to the monastery when I came in, just to piss them off. I can just see my my siblings, arguing with the abbot to give it back.
And you stashed away the remainder?
Indeed so.
That's all I wanted to know.
Please, keep it to yourself.
I'm still curious about the stash of yours. How's it? You get no penance for missing this. You know, maybe we could help each other, Siskin and us.
There's something I should tell you. Something you won't be happy to hear. I'm here to find someone and, to do away with him. But listen, it's not murder. Not when it's a man like him. He's one of the brigands who burned down Neuhof. He doesn't deserve to live.
What's he doing here? And who are you?
They call him Pious because he used to be a priest. When he found out a lot of people were after him, he hid away here. And as you can see, escaped suspicion. They sent me here to find him and bring him to justice. He's one of the novices.
So we have one outlaw and one assassin in our midst. This place is a lot more exciting than I expected. Do you know who it is?
Well, that's just it. No, but I hope I'll track him down soon. If you find any clue that could lead me to him...
I swear I don't know anything. Except that I'm not the one you're looking for.
I won't tell you more, and I'd like you to keep silent about this too.
You're talking about killing in the monastery. I really should report it.
Would you do that? I have a feeling you wouldn't.
You're right. I'll keep it to myself.
There's
I've got
a monk
problems enough
right
of my own
beside us.
without involving myself in yours. And besides, I mean to be gone from here within a year, so why should I care what happens with the monastery?
Thank you, Siskin. I appreciate it.
Christe Domine, over here gossipe. No, I don't think he's the one I'm looking for. Let's see him. He might be able
It
to help
occurred
us.
to me you might be the man to ask. I'm looking for some lockpicks. Do you know anyone in the monastery who could help me?
Lockpicks, eh? I won't ask what for. My advice is to try Brother Solarius.
Who's Brother Solarius? How is it you get no penance for missing mass?
How is it that you don't get any penance for missing morning prayers?
I've paid off the circators to turn a blind eye. And the other monks don't notice as long as you show your face there from time to time. No one's too awake at that time of the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to ask you something. Well, that's all.
All right. Sir Schmill Flasker. Now it's getting really freaking dark.
What am I saying? Creepy.
Let's see. So Lucas, Antonius, it's not off the table, but I don't think it is. So it's either Yodok or Lucas. One of them is quiet, right?
I'm Gregor, a novice. I saw you at the ceremony.
I know. It was hard not to notice you.
And you are?
Lucas, also a novice. Don't get upset, but I don't want to talk to you. I'm happiest alone.
I remember back when we ate like kings. And the wine. Those were the days. You'll see.
No.
Things will get better with the new abbot.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's nothing I can tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where you're from, what sort of life you had before, that sort of thing.
I'm a novice, and my monastic name is Lucas. Nothing else matters.
Come on. Is there really nothing at all you can tell me?
I could, but I don't want to. I'm sorry. I want to stay focused on work and prayer, not on who I once was. I never will be again. What has been isn't important for us. We cast the past aside when we walked through the monastery gates and took our oath. Never forget that.
I'd like to know something about the other novices.
I don't know much, but ask away.
What can you tell me about Siskin?
Not a lot.
I'm taking
I
notes.
don't know him. Actually, I don't know much about him at all, except that he's not a stickler for rules.
I'd like to ask...
Oh. Okay, this guy's closed like a clam. Kind of sus. Could be him. Is that the porter? Oh. Everything is fine. Shit, where's the other one? It's Antonius. Where's the other dude? He was right here. Monk. Generic monk. 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 Monk.
He can't sleep and prays long into the night.
Jesus, so dark. Yodok.
Greetings, brother. I'm Gregor, and I'm new here.
Greetings to you, brother. I'm Yodok, the oldest of the novices. I hope you'll like it here in the monastery and that you won't get into trouble.
Trouble?
You're young, perhaps intemperate. You might easily stray from the rules of the order. I suggest you get to know the older monks. You never know when it might come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me something about yourself?
I would if there was anything noteworthy to say. But I'm just the ordinary son of a landowner, now a monk. There's nothing in my past, present, or future that anyone could find interesting.
Why did you join the monastery?
Because it was better than living in poverty. As the youngest son, I'm not entitled to inherit my father's estate, but he was kind enough to sell off some cattle and send me here. And you know what? I'm glad to be here. It's better than mucking out manure.
I'm interested in the other novices. I'm interested in Lucas.
Nobody knows much about Lucas. He keeps himself to himself. If you ask me, he's got something to hide. I'd keep well clear of him if I was you.
Do you have any grounds for suspecting him of something?
Quite a lot. And also none at all. The circators who make the rounds despise him, and they'd never punish anyone without cause.
What can you tell me about Siskin?
Oh, he's always got a smile on the new friend. But I reckon he don't belong in the monastery. He spends more time dreaming of the world outside than tending to his duties. I'm surprised he hasn't been thrown out already. If it was up to me, he'd be out on his ear right away.
It's a wonder the prior doesn't check everyone's breath in the morning.
Sounds like you don't have much time for him.
I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. Believe me, Gregor, he's hiding something from us. In fact, now I come to think of it, I haven't seen him at morning prayers for a while.
Do you know anything about Antonius?
Only that he came to the monastery voluntarily, because he didn't want to work in his father's shop. Antonius is all right. You can rely on him. He won't betray your confidence. He's always happy to help, which is more than can be said for the other brothers.
Didn't I already ask about Siskin? Yeah, I think I did.
Who would you vote for as the new...
Why do you care? We don't have the...
I'm just interested.
I like John better. But like I've said, it's not our place to get involved.
Okay,
It's enough
Yadok.
that Antonius is mixed up in
Put
it.
him on the medium.
Don't you start too.
Lucas is pretty darn sus. However, maybe it's a little bit too obvious and it could be misleading. Everybody seems to have a pass, and Yadok here, he's the oldest and he's also the most like pious looking. Now Antonius, at first I thought it was him because of how like how into he was for the whole monastic order thing, but it's the whole merchant story kind of stands up. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna put them in order of which I find sus. Siskin is the last one for me, and right now I'm wondering if it's either Lucas or Yadok. I'm gonna put Lucas at first. Antonius is like number 3 out of 4. Siskin is last. Yeah, so I'm rating the 4 brothers in like sus levels, and right now I'm just gonna write down here in chat what I think, just so that when we figure everything out, we could laugh about it, unless I'm like completely right. Like if it's Siskin, like we're all gonna be laughing in the end. Right now, I think it's something like this, from like most suspicious to least suspicious. We should go to bed. It's really late. Oh, I have to not forget about reading my book. Let's see if we can find a place with a little bit more light. This isn't the right place. I think I had to go up the stairs.
I'll say one thing, brother.
Oops.
You've seen us drinking here, so either join in or swear you won't tell a soul. You won't want to end up like Lucas now, would you?
Lucas, huh?
All right. I wouldn't mind some wine.
That's more like it. Sit down and have a drink, my lad.
Circator John. Oh, it's 2 circators. Nice.
Quite right, brother. Just sit down and drink with us. When the wine runs out, Yuruk will fetch more.
Ah, Gregor, talk to me.
What are you doing here?
What does it look like?
Drinking.
But we're all monks.
Youngster, when you're as old as I, you'll understand.
Why not? I've had enough opprobria and obedientia for one day.
That's what we like to hear.
What's Yara got to do with you? They said something about Lucas, not Yara.
You mentioned Yodok. What does he do for you?
Well, nothing much. He's just a little suckling like you. He'll do whatever it takes to stay on our good side. Sometimes we make use of him when there are errands to run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like Siskin a lot too, Mumrick. He's kind of here for similar reasons to us. He's hiding out, but I don't think he's pious.
Where'd you get the wine from? I thought the monastery cellars were guarded.
So they are. But this wine isn't from the monastery.
Nani?
Listen, lad, would you help us out with something? This cask is almost empty and we need a new one. We're a bit old for such exertions, but you, on the other hand...
I'll help you. What do I need to do?
Ha! I knew it. Help Novice Yorick arrange for a new cask. Talk to him first thing in the morning, and by tomorrow night, the cask can be on the table.
All right, I'll talk to him. I'd like to ask you something about the monastery.
It's not what I want.
About you in the election. Will you tell me more about it?
Ask me anything you want.
Tell me something about Nevlas.
Nevlas is weak and toothless. He's full of hot hair. How anyone could think he'd make a good abbot is beyond me. Enough. I don't even want to hear his name again.
Thank you for answering.
Okay. Wouldn't mind having a drink, to be honest.
Let's drink.
That's the idea. And what should we drink to?
How about to the abbot?
To the abbot it is. But wait a minute, lad. Which one?
Peter, to John, to Nicholas. To Peter. To John.
To Abbot John.
That's more like it.
Got it.
I'll be going, brothers. It's been good to sit with you a while.
Do us a favour, brother. Stay a little longer and have another drink with us.
Oh, all right.
Oh, all right. But that's the last cup. I'll be going, brothers.
Do us a favour.
Thanks, but I won't have any more. I need my sleep.
As you wish, brother, as you wish. We'll be heading off soon ourselves.
Love it.
What's there left to drink to?
To our fresh young novices, our swift steeds, and our boundless...
Very hard locked door.
You novices, you old pervert. A toast to our future abbot.
I'll drink to that. So, to John.
Don't get any cleaner.
And a pox on them.
Okay. That's all locked. 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 Right. Oops. Totally meant to do that. Oh god, the frames. Okay, let's go upstairs. It goes better. Yep. Okay, what I want to do is sit on my bed and read the rules before going to bed. Keep and save. Well, if I could grab a good bed, I'll grab a good bed. Let's just take a gander. Sorry if it's dark here, chat, but I don't have a torch. Mutt is not happy for me being in the monastic order. Alright, is that enough light? Let's see. Oh, geez. Okay. Let's stand by. Ah, right there. Perfect. Let's see, if I stand like here, this should do it. Much better. Yeah. Brother novices, the following schedule describes the daily activities you shall attend to in your first year in our monastery. Order and discipline are the cornerstone upon which the Order of St. Benedict is built. Any violations of the schedule, thus marked, shall be disciplined by the punishment of solitary confinement. When it is meditation that you seek, prayer and study can be substituted for food and sleep. When it is meditation that you seek, prayer and study can be substituted. Really? Okay, start of the day at 3 a.m. Morning prayer at 4. And we have to not miss it. Common meal at 6. Work in the frattery, assigned by Brother Nevlas. Noon, work in the library, assigned by Brother Librarian. Afternoon worship at 4. Vespers common supper at 6, which we can miss. We can miss all this stuff in the evening. Rest and nighttime curfew. Jesus Christ be praised. Father Demetrius Prior. Cool. Okay, so we have to get up at like 3? Yeah, 3 a.m. Whew. How's our food looking? Fine. Fine by me. Finally, a schedule that fits us. Get up at the RPG character hours. Gotta get an early start, you know, 3 a.m.
Think!
Us girls! You got it, Mumrick. The 4 essential food groups. Oh, yeah, everybody's getting up at 3. Interesting. And we could steal some breakfast if we want to need a little bit of extra food here or there. We do have tapeworms, so we have to keep that in mind. Oops. I mean, you're neglecting your daily schedule. Any? Morning prayer. Where do they pray? Do I have to wait until 4 a.m. before we head out, maybe? Jesus, Stark. Damn it, everything's locked. Give me a freaking open chest. Give me a torch, game. Can't see shit. I got a chat here. Got a Twitch chat. Okay. I know there's 2 locked things there. Things locked. Just about. So let me guess. Until 4 a.m., if I try and get out of here, somebody will not be happy. Okay. Let's wait till 4. Might get punished for this, but we'll see. I'm guessing the morning prayer is here? Prior.
I'm a new brother, a novice, Gregor. I don't know my way around here yet. You're in charge of the whole monastery, aren't you?
Welcome amongst us. Yes, yes. The Lord wanted me to take over the abbot's duties in his absence, but mainly I'm a servant of God, just like you and all the other brethren. Before God, there's no difference between us. How'd you like it here?
Hey, Neg! Good to see you, buddy. What up, Pagan? How's the stream? How the stream been going? The streams have been going well. And we've been enjoying Kingdom Come Deliverance quite a bit. And we currently are infiltrating a monastery under the guise of a novice monk, which is quite fun.
I don't know yet. Haven't been here long.
Well, you're too humble. I'm sure you must have some opinion, but I won't pry it out of you.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery.
It says I'm neglecting... It says I'm neglecting my, Go to the church. Right. Well, I'm here, no? This is the church, right? Okay, we're good. Esprit de Domine, Mountain Dew, and Coca-Cola.
Be well.
Wow. Let's just listen for a minute, chat. Keep an eye on Lucas. I would like it if you could hold the button and pray. I think they're going to be on the loop for an hour or so. Oh, it's almost finished, actually. For today, let's let it roll naturally. Impressive. Good audio recording there. Always like Gregorian chants, believe it or not. Common meal at 6. So there's a 1 hour break here. Okay, now there was something about in the cloister, go to the church, prayer and mass, yeah. My name is Brother Gregor and I'm a monk in Sasau Monastery. What would Pa have said about that? Most likely he'd piss himself laughing, God rest his soul. Anyway, in order not to draw attention to myself, I must dress like a monk, speak like a monk, and behave like a monk. Nasty habits. Find out Yodok's role in the nocturnal drinking bouts. Talk to Yodok. Okay, so we have to talk about Yodok. Talk to Brother Salarius. He might be able to... Okay, Salarius. Brother Librarian? Problem with everybody being dressed the same. It's hard to find one dude. Circader John. Hey, prayer time's over. Just saying. This is a little bit weird. Can I just talk to Yodok here? It might be a little bit weird.
Can't you see? We're...
Okay. Mutt, shut up. Wait, does the prayer last until 6? Ooh. Okay. I'm getting hungry. Where's breakfast? I have tapeworms. I need to eat regularly. Sun's up. Come on, guys. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, now are we good? Oh, you got a whipping stick. How nice.
This is not a good time.
Eat with the brothers. Nice. Esprit Domine going to the cafeteria. Today is Meatloaf Day. I just thought.
Degree of humility is obedience without delay. This is the virtue of those who hold nothing dearer to them than Christ, who, because of the holy service they have professed, and the fear of hell, and the glory of life everlasting, as soon as anything has been ordered by the superior, receive it as a divine command, and cannot suffer any delay in execution. But this very obedience will be
Where should I sit?
God and pleasing to men.
Are you trying to steal something or kill someone? I'm trying to kill someone, but if possible, I want to extract him so that he can be brought to jail and justice. But I will settle with assassination if it comes to it.
Be well.
For if the disciple obeys with an ill will and murmurs, not
I
necessarily.
need like to sit at a specific spot. Like I don't get soup. Where's my soup?
And far from gaining a reward for such work as this, he will
Ooh.
incur the punishment due to murmurers.
All the novices are sitting here.
The rule of Saint Benedict. Readings on the abbot. Therefore,
Ah, shit.
if anyone receives the name of abbot, the
Can I have
honor
some?
of his disciples with a twofold
I'm hungry.
he should show them all that is good and holy by his deeds even
I'm gonna ruin my diet in this place, man.
expounding the Lord's commandments in
That is
words
weird. I cannot sit at the soup table.
but demonstrating the divine
about here?
precepts by his actions for those of harder hearts and ruder minds. The abbot should always remember what he is and what he is called, and should know that to whom
Man, this place sucks.
from him more is required. Let him make no distinction of persons in the monastery. Let him not love one more than another, unless it be one whom he finds better in good works or in obedience. And let him not shut his eyes to the faults of offenders, but, since he has the authority, let him cut out
And if I talk to somebody, it might be breaking a rule.
remembering the fate of Heli.
I guess I'll just stuff my face later.
The well-disposed and those of good understanding.
Let's rob some food.
Verbal admonition the first.
Eat with the others.
By stripes and other bodily punishment.
Let's wait for an hour. Also, congrats on the new chair. Just saw that in the Discord. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was a little gift from the community. Yeah, completely paid for with Twitch profits, which really made me happy. And it's really great because by the end of a 7-hour stream, I'm not like squirming in my chair anymore due to discomfort.
What he is and what he is called, and should know that to whom war is committed.
Shit, what? Optional. Go to work in the Frattery, report to Provost Nevelas at the Alchemy Bench. Gotcha. Okay, first things first, though. Let's see. Not here. Wait until Twitch pays for the cat ears? Yeah, you would be so lucky, huh? Anybody here? You don't want to feed me? Fine. Feed myself. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Get rid of all the singular items here. A little bit of mead. I wonder if anybody could tell if I'm like drunk. Maybe we shouldn't push it. There we go. That was a lot of food. It's lockpick. Uh-oh. Okay, Frattery. I think this is where I have to go. Yep. Okay. So it said, go to the Frattery, report to Provost Nevelas. Nevelas. Bonjour, bonjour, Cabell.
I'm Gregor, a novice.
I know. I saw you at the ceremony. My name is Nevelas, and I'm the provost here. I'm in charge of the monastery's property, as well as handling trade with the outside world.
That means you get to leave the monastery?
No, not at all. I just write lists and send them out.
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you. There's the alchemist's laboratory. You'll find ingredients in the chests next to it. Today it's your task to concoct 2 potions to aid digestion.
Never.
Once you finish them, you'll find me somewhere nearby. Don't forget to let me know when you're done so I can check them.
Okay. Oh no, it's not like we've never done alchemy before. That's not it. Alchemy bench. Neat. Here? Ah. Polka. Okay, so it's probably in here. I just want to see if there's anything else I could snatch. Maybe lunch. There we go. And take it all. So yeah, we're infiltrating the monastery to find Pius the Bandit. Cabell. Do I have the recipe for a digestive potion? Yep. 2 chamomile, 1 mint. Gotcha. You will need spirits, a handful of mint, and 2 of chamomile. Grind the chamomile, drop everything in a cauldron, and boil for 1 turn. That's it? Yeah, just grind the chamomile. Okay. Oh, I have to put the spirit first. Right. Spirit. Spiritus digestif. Gaseous acid reflux Pepto-Bismol. Hello, 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 hello. Yep. Oh, I didn't have to do that. That's fine. And a little bit of mint. Am I already all dirty? God damn it, Henry. Henry is like a dirt magnet. Three years time, 500 viewers. The greetings will last a while. No, there we go. I always have trouble grabbing the potion bottles. Also, good news. My permanent residentship is advancing closer and closer to help you fight the English. Glad to hear. Alright, so we only needed to brew it once.
What troubles you?
What troubles you?
I finished my work.
Show me what you've made.
Show me what you Show me what you've got.
Spectacular, Gregor. You've found your talent. Soon enough, you'll be teaching the other novices.
Does that mean I'm done? Yeah, I think we're done. So that means I could talk to Brother Solarius for now. Brother Celery. Where is he? What? Okay, so right now we're on that side. Solarius should be close to here. Okay, so he wasn't among these guys, huh? Among these guys? Anyway. What? Shit. Common meal, work at the frattery. Noon, work in the library. Shit, man. You know what? I guess I could brew some Savior Schnapps while we're here. Oh no, I don't have the belladonna, don't I? Shit. If I find belladonna, we could brew Savior Schnapps inside. They will always be finding Brother Gregor just kind of stuffing himself in a corner. See if there's anything else we can nab here. What was this? On St. Aldebert. Whatever. Really want that book. It's a skill book. On the obedience of disciples. Mm-hmm. Wonder if I will get into trouble. Nice, glad you're enjoying. Yes, there is. Do we risk it, chat? Other librarian. Where the hell's Solarius? Kind of doing it. So it's fine. Gonna make a Copus monk out of us. We're gonna draw dicks in the manuscripts. But that guy might give us trouble, for example, if he catches us. Ooh. I might be able to find somebody there. Damn. Damn. Okay. Let's see here. Monk, Lucas, Monk, Antonius, Yadok, Monk. Oh, apparently I'm no longer betraying my duties or something. What? When I'm standing here, I'm not doing anything bad, apparently. Weird. Oh. Wait. That's Belladonna right there. Target it. Hopefully nobody will have an issue with this. We could go make a little bit of Savior Schnapps. That'll definitely help. Okay, that's that. So, right around here. Father Felucius was there. So you got 3 Belladonna. It's only enough for 1 Savior Schnapps batch. Oh, right. Wine first. Free wine when you're working at the alchemy bench. Hell yeah, brother. Woo! Screw that. We're staying here until the end of time, chat. The series is over. We'll just be a brother forever. Brother Gregor. Gonna power level our alchemy. I'm just kidding. Where am I? Alright, let's go. The lighting here is good for once at the alchemy bench. It was good. Hell yeah. How much do we get out of that? 3. Love it. Okay, if we can find 1 more Belladonna, we can make more Savior Schnapps. There's an easy way to finish this quest. Yeah, stab the right guy. I need to talk to... Oh yeah, I need to talk to Brother Yadok. Lucas. Onius. Yadok.
Talk to me, brother.
Why am I so much shorter now?
I was talking last night with the brother Cicators. It seems you're to fetch them a cask of wine, like last time.
Well, yes, it's true.
Keep brewing potions for 3 in-game years and eventually Pius will find you, hand you the ring, and tell you to fuck.
I'd like to help you.
Would you really do it? To get hold of the wine, we'll have to leave the monastery for a bit. I know it's forbidden, but we've no other option. If wine started going missing here, someone would notice. But to leave the monastery, we need the keys. And only the prior has those.
Wait a moment. Are you saying I'm supposed to steal the prior's keys so I can go and steal wine somewhere else?
Well, you see why I don't want to do it myself now, do you? I don't have what it takes. I can't get those keys, but you could. Or you might be able to pick the locks.
But you've done it once before, haven't you?
Last time the prior was sick, and he left the monastery keys in the Circator's care. So they unlocked the gates for me. This time we'll have to steal the keys.
How can I get hold of the keys, do you think?
I don't know, but it might be possible to do this without them. Brother Celarius, the cellar keeper, used to be a burglar. He knows his way around locks, and maybe could help us, if you could find a way to arrange it.
Do you think he'll want to take part in theft?
No, but he could give some advice, or maybe get some lockpicks to open the gate. You'll figure something out.
Jesus was grape.
If you think so, I can try.
Once you have the key or some lockpicks, come and see me and we'll make our plan.
I'm interested in the other novices.
Oh, a lot of people, you know, they become monks to like, you know, repent and shit. Where did? Oh, there he is. It's hilarious. I was looking for him.
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I'd like to ask... Who would you like to be the new abbot?
But John, there's no other candidate. Nevlos just babbles on and on. Don't take him seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for something a little, unorthodox.
And what would that be exactly?
The Satanic Bible.
I'm looking for lockpicks.
Lockpicks? And what would you like those for?
Picking locks?
I'd like to practice opening locks, just for the fun of it.
Well, why not?
What? That worked?
So you heard I used to be a burglar, did you? I put it all behind me as soon as I took the vows. But I do have a few lockpicks left. I'll trade them for food. Get me a bite to eat, and you can have your lockpicks.
I'm like, my arms are full of like buns and cheese and whatnot. Okay, so I have no money. Oh, fuck. Wait a second. 19.3? Give me a second. Oh. There's something dark side. Oh, shit. Shit, he's after me.
Brother?
Yes?
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be working...
I had other affairs that needed to be attended to immediately. It will never happen again.
Really?
Really?
I'll pretend nothing happened.
I'm Gregor and I'm...
I know. I saw you in the church during the ceremony.
What does that mean?
I make sure everyone observes the rule, does their work, and that everything is the way it should be.
When it's not the way it should be?
Then we're authorized to mete out punishment. But certainly you won't require correction, will you, brother?
Shit. We didn't see that. Right, which one's hilarious? Emmett, where do you go? Don't tell me he ran off. Oh, there he is. Let's just hustle some goods with Solarius here. Ah, shit, he won't buy that stuff. Fuck, man. 21 groschen. My food. I wonder if I could haggle.
Let's have a word.
Well, we...
Is this enough?
It'll take more than...
Damn it. Need to find more food. Shit, I'm on the wrong side. Hey, I found a torch. Right? Wrong place. Yeah. It was beneath the dormitory I had to go. Shit. Door here? What's that? Sit. Fine. Very hard lock. Easy lock. Alright, we got a whole bunch of food now. Shit, I missed the entrance. Meow. Parkour.
What do you desire?
Sorry, was this monk? Oh, that's just a regular monk. Oops.
Brother,
Oops.
what are you doing here?
I definitely was there. I did come a little late, so perhaps no one noticed me.
Really? This time I'll look the other way.
Wait, what? I skipped. What time is it? It's going on noon. Our duties are going to change soon. Noon, work in a library. Gotcha. Okay. Gotta get to... It's on this side. Nope. Damn it! Where is he? I'm moving around.
Pro nobis sancta Dei genetrix.
Monk. Damn it. Don't let him catch you. Library. Not here. Other stairway. This one. I think. Wait, is this not the right place? What's going on? Noon, work in a library.
Talk to me, brother.
Is there anything I can do to help here?
I'm glad you asked. There's one thing, a silly thing really. I haven't thought to mention it to anyone before, but not long ago, a brother brought me a crumpled piece of parchment. He says he found it rolled up in a hole in the wall. The thing is, it was a page from Ovid.
Ovid? What is that? Is it the name of a book?
Not what, but who. Ovid was a great Roman poet.
Yeah.
We have a few volumes by him in the library, but one of them vanished one day. Now I believe I can guess what happened. Brother Eustace, may the earth rest lightly on him, was quite narrow-minded when it came to classical literature. If a book had any mention of woman at all, he condemned it as a heretical work. If he'd had his way, all such books would have been burned. Ovid's The Art of Love must have been such a thorn in his side that he stole it from the library, tore it up, and hid the pages wherever he could.
Oh, man.
Oh, would you like me to put the book back together again?
Absolutely. Eustace's wits weren't the sharpest, so I'm sure he didn't destroy any of the pages. I imagine he hid them throughout the monastery. It might take you a while to find them all, but when you do, you can rest assured Ovid will return to his rightful place in the library.
For posterity's sake.
Good. I'll look around for it.
Thank you, brother. It's of no great importance, but if you can find all 10 pages, I'll be most grateful.
Can you tell me something about the book?
The Art of Love is a sort of manual instructing young people how to find and maintain love. It's a lovely work. I don't understand what bothered Eustace so much about it, but as I was saying, he considered the book to be immoral and tore it up to stop it corrupting any of his brothers.
Where should I look?
If I knew, I wouldn't have asked you to do it. The pages of the book could be hidden anywhere, from the garden to the refectory.
Is it possible to learn something about the other novices in the library?
Only the abbot and the prior keep such records.
Can I see them?
No. The abbot writes and keeps his records in his chambers, and only he and the prior...
Okay, so we might find records that implicate... Whoa. That implicate others or not. We might get information about Pius here. Like in here, maybe? But I can't open that. Could lockpick that, though. If I had a lockpick. Okay, I'm no longer shirking my duties. Maybe I can ask him.
Praise be...
Here for daily duties.
I'm here to work.
Good. This is most likely the first time you've ever done this in your life. But it's easier than you think. Just a bit of practice and learning Latin. Here's the original, and here are the blank parchments on which you'll copy what you read in the original. Is that clear? Then you may begin, and try not to make a mess of it.
Sit at the table and begin copying. Which table? This one? Ah, I see. Okay, chat, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick and grab a snack. I'll be right back in a minute. Don't move. Don't move. Ha ha ha, Black Neck. Alright, so how does this work? What? Wait. Wait. I think there's a step missing here. I have no idea what I just did. Hopefully nobody has to look at this. Oh, shit. Wait. Oh. That's empty. Ah, I missed a step. Fuck. Okay, so we were supposed to read the book at the top and transcribe it. Fuck. Damn frickin'... I'm so dead.
I can hardly believe it. Good gracious, so many mistakes.
Thank you. Maybe I should stick at the alchemy bench, huh?
Written by the devil himself. Forget about them.
What was it?
Praise be to Christ.
I'd like to...
I'll try again tomorrow. Maybe. Afternoon worship at 4. Shit. Shit. I'm really not supposed to be here. Maybe I could try again.
What troubles you?
Okay, can't add anything to that. I guess we could look around for some pages here while we're here. Look at this torch I found!
What's that you're carrying around? Are you sure?
Alright. Apparently it's suspicious to be using a torch. What's in the name of the rose, Black Neck? That a movie?
Get away from that cabinet. The bookstore aren't for your eyes to see.
Has to be one page from the book we're looking for. Is it any good? I might give it a gander. In the name of the rose, does that have anything to do with the War of the Roses? Or is it like, does it all take part in a monastery or something? Don't see any of the pages.
Get away from that cabinet. The books stored there aren't for your eyes to see.
Okay. It's a French book about the investigation in the medieval period. Au nom de la rose. Interesting. Off a French book. Takes place in a medieval abbey. A monk and his apprentice arrive there and something weird is happening, which they try to solve. Sounds like my cup of tea. Fab would definitely like that. In the name of the rose. So I'll probably watch the movie, and if I like it enough, maybe I'll check the book. But if the book was written in French, I would read it in French. In the name of the rose. If only I spoke French, huh? Wait, I'm from Quebec. It's actually an Italian book, but the French we won't argue. Oh, it's from Italia? Italia! No, I really feel bad stealing. I'm just gonna put these back. Umberto Eco. Okay. It's pretty old. We should check the top of the shelves, maybe. Like that. Not sure where I'm gonna find all these pages, to be honest. It's not that old. 1980? That's nothing.
Don't even look at that cabinet. It contains forbidden books.
I'm looking at a box. Man, look at the size of that one. Ooh. Right now I'm looking for the pages of the Ovid book. For a book? Yeah, that's not old. I haven't even found a single page yet. Once I find one, I'll know what it looks like. just... It's just the name of the rose? Okay. Mea culpa. No, there it is. Okay, so now we know what they look like. In theory, they should have that ribbon on it. Why the hell would they be sealed with wax? I'm not sure. I think I saw one of those at the library. Like this. It's two. Okay, I've got 2 of the 10 pages. It's gonna take a bit of work. Check out the cloister here. Uh-oh. Have to give it a second gander later. There's a what's his face on my ass right now. God damn, the frame rate just drops sometimes. Anything that's edible, we'll pick up. The frames. By the way, don't think I'm gonna need a French altar candle. Mutt, you still there? No way! Lockpick! Haha! Thanks, Jesus. I want valuables. Let's go to the dormitory. Maybe nobody's there right now. Double check, triple check. Hopefully guards won't spawn in back of me. Aha. Page 3. Looks like some will be hidden under lock and key. Ooh, yes. Dried foods. Yummy. I remember there was like 2 things here. There's a second thing here. There it is. Damn it. Okay, how's the condition on our lockpick? 100? What? Nice. Nice. We could sleep here for an hour if we want to save too, now that I think about it. Okay, kitty. Kitty, come here. Come here, fatty. All right. Co-streamer wants to say hi. Nice. Looks like the monks have been holding out on us, huh? Eh? Bunch of hypocrites everywhere. Ooh, hard lock, though. Oh. Come on.
What do we have here? A nice sharp dagger. Now what would a monk need that for?
Oi. I could stab a fool. Okay, time to pray. Meow. Spiritus Domine, I found a dagger in the chest upstairs. That freaking dog, man.
This very obedience will be acceptable to God and pleasing to men only
Ah!
what is commanded.
What can I eat now?
Hesitation, delay, lukewarmness, grumbling, or objection. For the obedience given to
That was a
Spirit
big
is
spoon.
given to God. For if the disciple obeys with an ill will and
Mhm.
murmurs, not necessarily with his lips but simply in his heart, then even though he fulfills the command, yet his work will not be acceptable to God, who sees that his...
Imagine having the same rules being read out every day, twice a day at your meal. Every day, twice a day. How about now? Siskin right there. If I find Solaris again, I'll trade with him to get another lockpick, I think. Just in case. Did I beat up my lockpick? No, it's still at 100%. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That's a very hard lock. Too hard for me. I think. Damn it, I hate it when I do that. Because the button to whistle and crouch are next to each other. Good practice though, here. Shit. Who did? Jeez. What was that door? A clown car? Nope. Nope. I see. Oh no! Don't push me in.
Novices have no business
Novices
here.
aren't allowed here.
Yeah, I know. So you pushed me into the room. Gonna have to kill him.
Away. Novices aren't allowed here.
I have to kill everyone. Pulls out the daggers, starts stabbing all the monks. I'm sorry. I didn't want to do this. You know, we're getting good at this rogue shit, man. That guy's still there? Son of a bitch. Go to bed. Okay, we'll come back later during the night, maybe, and see about going past the copist. He's not the librarian.
And brigands are like weeds. Burn them down and they just sprout up.
Mm-hmm. Anything behind lock and key here?
Things will get better with the new app.
Sure as the sun.
Very hard. Too hard for me.
You know how to salvage all spirits.
Salve Domine.
Things will get worse.
Things you say.
My joints started aching just before they raised scars. And now they hurt again, but worse than last time.
I have no idea. Can I go in here? Now I'm trespassing. Very hard. Damn it. Did I look down here for the pages? Why the guys aren't drinking here? Maybe I should try opening this. Bet I'm not a thief in this run. Shit. Shit, I hear somebody close. Yes. Oh, solitary? And this is solitary confinement. Gotcha. Oh, shit, it's dark. Okay. We don't have nearly enough pages.
Did you have to finish someone's weeding in the garden again?
Yes, again. I've had enough of it.
Still haven't seen brother, what's his name? Hilarious? So we found a single dagger and a lockpick. Which is good. Didn't even have to buy any of those. Kitty, stop it. Stop it. Okay. I want to go down. Bye, kitty. I think we did pretty good for our first day. Very hard. Now, there must be a door that leads outside that isn't very hard difficulty.
Salve, be well.
This is a kitchen. The kitchen might have an access. No, that's not the kitchen. The kitchen's on that side. These guys are still putting the bowls away. Jeez. Okay, let's go see on the church side.
Just before they raised Scarlet.
See, very hard. Sorry for the choppiness there, chat. Very hard. Come on. Very hard. Shit. I cannot pick a very hard lock. This is gonna take some work, isn't it, chat? Ugh, let's get out of here. The frame rate. Monks can mess up your garden during the night. We'll see. Kartoffel. Pomme de terre. Yeah. Potato! I remember that from The Pianist. This one? God, freaking. I mean, I swear some of these places are like clown cars for monks. You just got them coming out continuously. What time is it? Oh, it's that's our bedtime soon. Yep. Good luck reading that. Let's try here, maybe. Let's see, 7 p.m. Free time. Something, dark side. Can't read it. Okay, we should be in free time now.
Things will get worse. I can feel it in my joints.
The things you say.
My joints started aching just before they raised.
See what we can see. Let's pull out the torch for chat. Ooh. It's gonna be worth some money. As well, cabbage. Onion. Where does this lead? This is like another cellar, I think? And so all the monks died of starvation because of Henry Escalus. Oh, no, that is not sanitary. Oh no, that's like a... Okay, it's just like a dump. Gotcha. I was like, no, you don't shit where you eat, man. Very hard lock. Shit. And we are deep in it right now. You really have to sell some stuff to Brother Solaris, though. I think it's curfew now. Oh shit, it's dark. Okay, this way. Sorry if it's dark, chat. Les patates! C'est bon, les patates! Okay. We're in the green. So how is food looking? Pretty good. We got some perks that slow the decay of foods. No, 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 don't eat that. Almost ruined my diet. Was it 3 or 4 a.m. we have to get up at? I think it was 3. Okay, so the thing that's making me hesitate, chat, is the fact that we can lockpick our way out of the monastery, but it's behind very hard locks. So I'm scared that I'm gonna say, hey, I could lockpick the door, but we don't have the skill to do so. I'm gonna miss the Ratai tourney though, feels bad. Let's sleep for like 1 more hour. I think we'll be okay. We could stop right at 4 if we want to. There you go. Put our alarm clock on. And our Timex. Beep, 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 beep. Mm-hmm. Stuffed. Load in all the monks.
Brother.
Yeah?
You were somewhere you shouldn't have been. Don't you know...
Sorry, what? That's wrong.
I've had enough of this.
You dare resist...
Yes, brother.
You failed to complete your trial period as a...
And we're banished. Wow. It's probably because I waited while I was shirking my duties. Because it says like 4 a.m. go and pray. I'm in the church. What's the problem? You jerks. Guess I have to wait here until these chumps get up. Il est où le problème? There you go. Everybody's up. Or not. Just eat during prayer. Actually, we might get food from breakfast. We'll see. Whoa! Jeez, don't do that.
Brother.
What?
You were somewhere you shouldn't have been. Don't you know your place? Don't you know where you're permitted to...
Very well, brother.
I still need to look through your You have a weapon. Here in the monastery. You failed to
Okay, I guess waiting is out of the... Guess that waiting is out of the question. So, are they coming to see me because somebody saw me where I shouldn't be? Like maybe when I was in the kitchen and trespassing, when I got pushed by that monk. That kind of shit drives me nuts, man. Nuts. Basically, I should stash stuff and accept my punishment. Good place to stash our stuff would be here. Nobody comes here. Yeah, maybe we should do so. Okay. Hey, Senhaken with the raiding party of 3. Thank you so much for the raiding party, Senhaken. Shout out to Senhaken right there. I'm a floating head. No, I am not. Senhaken with the... I don't know if the capitals, if it's context sensitive. Oops. I have to do shout out, sorry. Senhaken underscore... Let's try that again. Hopefully I did it right this time.
Okay, where are we going? I wonder
Thank you,
if
Woods.
something... Oh, thank you, Woods, yeah.
Yeah, it's already been selected.
Has Doc...
Then sick dance moves, everybody.
Yes, a little.
Okay, okay.
Oh my god.
The new things.
Were you and Moldy
Yeah.
doing it together?
That's
Sen?
cool. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go. We got this.
Let's go, let's go.
Oh!
Yeah, the sick beats in the game.
Man, these beats are sick.
Move everything that's not tied down. I mean, I hate it when I do that. All right. Nah, Ron's at work right now. Gotcha. So we are currently infiltrating a monastery, so we're pretending to be a good monk. I put my clothing away. Oops. This is a solo stream today. Gotcha. Well, I appreciate the raid there, Sen. Hope it went all right on your side. Put our ropes back on. How beat up are my clothes? Okay, that's a bit ridiculous, but yeah. Lost 12% to my shoe durability just from running around the monastery. Oh, what time is it? It's time. So there's somebody that's gonna say, oh, you've been spotted where you should not be, blah, blah, blah. There you go. Yeah, I know, Mutt. Good. Glad to hear it. Had one troll, though, so I had to kick from lobby and ban from channel. That happens.
You were somewhere you shouldn't have been. Don't you know your place? Don't you...
I think that's when we were in the kitchen, and what happened is that we were at the door frame of an area that we're not allowed to be, and an NPC just ran behind us and pushed us into the, like, area we should not be, and now we're being punished.
Very well, brother.
Now,
Man, this club sucks. Gotta get the birds back in the cage? Sure. 23, a full day? Okay. Anyway. Yeah, enjoy, Senhaken. Take care. Thanks for the lurk and the raid. I hope we're gonna be rested after all that. Shoot. That's the first time I've been arrested, by the way. For the context of, for the sake of story progression and whatnot, that's reasonable, you know, being locked up by very difficult monks. I think that's the game's way of loading in the last little details. There we go. Nourishment. Okay, so we're okay. We're okay. Shit.
Peace be with you, brother.
Yeah, I can't do the tournament if I'm here. That's fine. It is, or so it's time to pray. Let us go pray, brothers. Go to bed, go to church for prayer and mass, pretty much. Now, if it happens again, though, I'm probably just going to reload. We good? I think we're good. Nice architecture. Oh, time to eat. Walking to the cafeteria. Today is meatloaf day. Cabbage soup and Belgian bread. I wish I could walk that slow. I wonder if there's a button that I could do without crouching. It'll make me... Ah, if you... A caps lock. There you go. I think. Yeah. Well, still too fast, but better. Here's the high-octane, exhilarating life of a monk, everybody. Prime Twitch streaming content. Quest, eat soup.
Therefore, the brethren should be occupied at certain times in manual labor, and again at fixed hours in sacred reading.
It looks like I have like a predefined location to sit at, which is here.
Described as follows: from Easter until the calends of October.
Mm-hmm.
When they come out from prime in the morning, let them labor at whatever is necessary until about the 4th hour. And from the 4th hour until...
I think it's until 8.
Brother?
Yes?
Where were you during Mass? Don't tell me you didn't know that Holy Mass is the
I was
foundation
right there.
on which you...
I was feeling a bit queasy.
Really? Fine then. This time I will forgive you.
I was right there. Oh, maybe I have to pray properly. Maybe there's like an action that you have to do. That must be it, because I think yesterday too somebody said the same thing. Like, I didn't see you at Mass. Dude, I was there.
The rule of Saint Benedict. Readings. The first degree of humility is obedience without...
These monks are difficult. Breaking my balls, breaking my balls, breaking my balls, breaking my balls.
Only if what is commanded is done without hesitation, delay, warmness, grumbling, or objection. For the obedience given to superiors is given...
It stunk like a wine barrel.
I have to work in the frattery, which is this. Nicholas, what are you doing here? Anyway.
What trouble?
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you. There's the alchemist's laboratory. Today it's your task to concoct 2 Once you finish them, you'll find me...
Do you refresh in here? Yes, you do. All right. That's like the easiest one ever. Let's see, spirits. Yeah, the digestive potion is probably the easiest one. Just about. Mm-hmm. At least we're getting good practice on alchemy. Spirits are in. Chamomile. What we're going to do after this, we're going to go get all of our shit, and we're going to trade with Brother Solarius, I think it was, and we'll buy some lockpicks off of him. The rogue. There you go. Hey, we got an alchemy perk. Nice. Let's see, water of life. No. Trial and error. Snake oil salesman. No. Venomous blade. Ooh. I guess we'll go with trial and error.
What do you desire?
I finished my...
Show me what... Spectacular, Gregor. You've found...
There you go. Alright, we're done with that for now. So I think we'll be okay so long as we don't trespass. Let's go find Brother Celarius. Celery. Whatever. Should be in here now. Somewhere. I don't know where he hangs out. But we found him sitting around here before. So I think he doesn't have his hood up and he has long hair, not the monk look. Where does he hang out besides that? Let's see, in the cloister. Nasty habits, yeah. Maybe if we wait just a little bit. 4 hours later, pretty much. Yeah, this one's a doozy. Come on, game. There you go.
Salve, be well.
I also have to get the key off of the prior. I'm not good at pickpocketing, though. Maybe he's in the cafeteria. And just convince him via chat. Can you? Damn. Just, hey, dude, can I go out?
Brother? What are you doing here?
Come now, brother. You know very well that monks can't survive on prayer.
This time I'll look the...
It's a trap. You got me in trouble, Agent Heartless. No, he's not here. But I saw some people walking out of the clown car of a kitchen. So they should be coming out. Let's see. Is the prior still here, I wonder? My dog is stuck in the door. It's been there since the start. It's all good. Woe to he who listens to chat. Plus, if I get caught again, I might just reload because there's some, you know, the system isn't perfect, you could say. Honorary monk stuck in door. Yep. Fuck. No, I think I might have seen him. Leave me alone. Brother Celery, where are you? Look at all the dudes over here. Hey. There he is. Nope. No. I wonder if he's just gonna lose interest. Can't see very well through that. Brother Celery.
I'm looking for something.
And
I'd like to.
Well, so you heard. I'll trade.
Sure. What?
Brother?
Ah, shit.
What are you doing here?
You're right, brother.
This is your first...
Oh, thank you.
Aha, great.
Let's talk trade. So let's just smuggle some goods in front of the priest here. Let's hold on. Actually, all this bread and stuff is gonna go bad pretty quick. Faster to go like that. Oh man, the roast chicken's gone off. It's bad, man. Keep that pretzel for us. Okay, how much does a lockpick go for? Okay, we could just cover the price of one. Let's keep the spirits. I'm still... Okay. Should be able to haggle the rest, right?
Let's have a word about...
Aye, that would do it.
Man, that took a lot of trade. Okay, I'm out of here. Okay, let's see. Noon's work at the library. Gotcha. If there's somebody that interrupts me again, I'm probably just gonna reload, to be honest. Freaking heat-seeking guard monks. This time I'm gonna try and do the whole Copus thing properly. Now that we figured it out. Alright, library is up here, right?
What?
Let's wait. Have to be just over 12, I think. Oh yeah. There we go.
What would you like? I'm here. Excellent.
Okay, this time... Oh, what? No! Okay, how... What am I missing here? I thought the book at the top was the thing I had to copy, but this is empty. Is there... What am I missing, chat? Fuck. There you go. Common sense? Oh, gee, thanks, please don't you... No, look, there's nothing... he said to copy something, but there's nothing here. I'm missing a step. Oh, he's not going to be happy.
My boy, what have you done? This is a disaster.
Also, I'm having fun messing with the monks. Like, my eyes! Look, I'm an alchemist, not a copist, okay? Also, we didn't look in this chest. Let's keep that in mind. Let's see. Next on the schedule. Afternoon worship at 4. Am I not trespassing? Good. Alright, what should we do now? What? I wonder where the prior is.
Halt.
Okay, seriously?
Brother.
What did I do? What did I do?
What are you doing here?
You're right, brother.
This is your second warning.
Look, there's no like trespassing mark or anything. What am I doing wrong? I did my Copus job, terribly, mind you, but I did it. Like, if this one zooms in on me, man, oof, I just punch his face off. Who are you? That's Sir Cater John. Wait, John?
What troubles...
Freaking stealth missions or whatnot. Yeah, where does the prior hang out? Maybe, does he hang out outside, I wonder? Maybe we can only find him in the morning? No, I think I'm gonna restart the day. Yeah. Because we're not doing any progress, we're not doing anything like that helps. So it's no big loss right there. I still have all that shit on me right now, huh? Yeah. Okay. See if the prior is there right now, actually. Oops, too low. Come on, game, you could do it. There he is. Yeah.
What troubles you?
I'd like to ask you... Can you leave the monastery?
Where would you go? You have everything you need here. Anyway, all the doors here are closed and locked tight, so no one can get in or out.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh shit. Damn it. Freaking monks. Okay, let me try something else. Real quick. Go to church and prayer. So I could get arrested? I think not. Ah, Siskin, this is where you hang out, huh?
What troubles you?
What are you doing here?
Are you spying on me? Well...
Hold your horses. I was passing by and saw you here.
It's no big terrible secret. Really, it isn't. I just go and read during services. There's no time otherwise. I mean, at other times I don't get to read what I like. And I keep it under the slab so the others don't find it.
What kind of a book is it?
I found it here in the library. It was on a shelf where it should never have been. So I hid it to read later. It's the Necronomicon.
Nani?
Ghosts, demons, and invocations of powers beyond our world. Only it's written in a strange language that I can't really make sense of. All bara this and bara that. Who knows what it means? I tried to count the syllables, read the words backwards, but nothing. I'm not getting anywhere with it.
Oh. I'm not too sure what the Prior or the Cicada would say about a book like that. Actually, what anyone would say. It sounds quite prohibited.
Prejudice. But you're right, it is prohibited. For no good reason, though. Has knowledge ever done anybody any harm?
Yes.
You're right. Knowledge should never be prohibited.
I'm glad you agree. Just take a look at the book. Maybe you'll be able to make some sense of it. I haven't grasped a single syllable. Just please don't tell anyone about the book. If the brothers learn that I took it from the library and hid it, I'll be in a lot of trouble. Our brothers' minds are closed to a thirst
I like
for knowledge.
Siskin. We have no reason to betray him.
I'll leave you be. Don't worry.
Thank you. And please,
So when he puts it down, maybe we'll be able to read it ourselves. But while everybody's at prayer, damn it, I did it again. While everybody's at prayer, I want to run to the library. Hopefully nobody's here. And if that Copus monk is there, I'm gonna lose it. Son of a bitch! Hack! What are you doing here?
Talk to me, bro.
Frickin' hacks. Alright, I'm gonna put the lockpick away. I'm gonna see if we can pray. And we will probably spend time in jail again. Run away. How does one pray? Must be a prompt or something. How the novice is placed?
Brother.
Enemy. Oh.
You were some way.
That's fine.
Very well, brother.
Oh, what a pain in the ass.